Hey guys, welcome back to RC for Us. I'm Mike, and we're finally getting to start the build I've been talking about. The Elite Lightened Basher that I'm going to do out of this ARRMA OUTCAST, though this is a Notorious body. So the body's going to be gone. That's gone. We have a whole new body that we're going to go with. It's going to be the OUTCAST EXB body. But a little history on this truck. So this truck's been around me for a while. I got it about a year ago in pieces. And I had a bunch of parts here. An ESC, a motor, and then I had all the parts to this. So I went ahead and I started putting it back together, and I had to buy a few things to get it going. I had to buy tires, so I went ahead and got some tires for it. I needed the hubs all the way around it, so I got those. This was a V1 originally, or a V2, no tower to tower brace, so I had to buy that stuff and put that in. Now this thing's pretty much exactly stock, minus it does have an upgraded servo in it, and it does have a front bumper by RPM on it. So there's not really going to be a whole bunch off this truck that we're going to be using for this build. Basically the tires, the hubs, and the drive shafts, all of them. I'm going to go ahead and take the bumper for the build, and the wing for the build, and the shocks, and the servo. And that's about all that's gonna, front diff and rear diff. The center diff, it's gonna be an aluminum case, and I got a new spur, and I got some other parts for it that I'm gonna use. Now, as far as parts that I'm gonna use to make this thing an Elite Lightened Basher, I got a bunch of them over here, a whole tote full of them as a matter of fact. But I do have a whole bag from Jenny's RC that's all the plastic, all body mounts, roll hoops, ESC, not ESC tray, well yeah, it did come with it, but I'm not using it, battery tray, receiver box, all new A-arms, new sway bars, new upper rear links. Gonna go ahead and put this new RPM wing mount. I just installed it on my Kraton the other day. So far so good with it. I also have a few other things, some diff cases, some body posts, more diff cases, shims. I got a new battery that I'm going to try for this build. RClipo sent me out a battery. There's been some mixed reviews on these, so I guess I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens with that. Now, as far as the goodie upgrades, now all this aluminum stuff that I'm about to show you that I got, I won in a contest. So it's not like I went out and bought this stuff, or sponsored by M2C or anything. They just have really good products. So this is the chassis that we're going to be using, M2C. I mean, I got a whole bunch of M2C stuff. Shock parts, the whole kit, standoffs. These are the standoffs. Drive cups for the center diff that I'm building. Little caps for the front hubs and the tool for it. a rear out drive. Gonna go ahead and use the M2C braces, and then I have all the upper block, the A, B, C, D. This is the captured hinge pins. I have the motor mount, so all that's gonna go into this. And then I got a bunch of carbon fiber to lighten it up. BASHERQUEEN sent me out all this stuff. This is the carbon fiber tower to tower with the 70-75 machined ends. This thing looks epic. I mean, she sent me out everything, guys. I mean, gaskets for the differentials, the steering. I don't even know what you call these things. Carbon fiber steering plates, 5 mil. She sent out the ESC tray, servo mount, risers, belt locking servo saver, Ackerman plate, top plate, front, rear towers. I mean, there's just a stack of parts here. Even rear mud guards. I didn't even know they made these things in carbon fiber. These are going to be sweet on here. So I'm going to get all this stuff put on it. But I guess the way I figure I'm going to go with the build is I'm going to make this a couple parts video. I'm not just going to sit down and build this whole thing in one part. I don't have enough time to do all that, and you guys would hate that video. So this video, I started out probably with some past video clips of this thing jumping when I first got it back together, because that was the deal. Put it back together, get it so it's good, sturdy, running, and then do a build with it. So I've got it together. I ran it a few good times. She runs like a champ. So you've seen those running videos. And I guess for now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this thing apart and get what I need apart. I'm going to pull the wheels off of it. I'm going to pull the bumper off of it. I'm going to pull the front end off of it. Pull the rear end off of it. That way the center section's open for, I don't know, I don't have a reason, I don't really need anything out of the center of this, but it'll be easier to get to the front and rear differential, so I can get the drive cups off to get the input gear out. And so I'll show you that. I'll get it all disassembled, so I got everything apart and in the box, so I can just start the build from the chassis up. I'm also going to do something a little different with the electronics. I'm not going to put these electronics in this build. I'm going to take the Max6 that I have in the Creighton EXB, along with the motor that's in the Creighton EXB, the 1650 rocket motor. I'm going to put that stuff in here because I have a Max6 combo with that HOBBYWING motor, the whole combo, and I'm going to go ahead and fit that in the Creighton EXB since it is a bigger truck and I'm trying to go for lightened with this. So I figure I'd put that motor in since it's a good bit smaller than what's coming with the HOBBYWING, but yet still way better than what this has in it. So okay guys, so I guess I'll get this stuff up and I will bring you back as I'm tearing this thing apart. I appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll have everything linked in the description, the BASHERQUEEN stuff. Kimberly's awesome. These products look awesome. I was so super pumped that she decided to support me and send this stuff out. Let me showcase her quality stuff. All this M2C stuff's going to be epic. So far my Creighton's been epic, so I'm pretty excited to get this thing tore apart and started to build, guys. Okay guys, so we're back. Alright guys, we're back. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tires ripped off of it and get some of this disassembled. I'll do all that in fast forward, and then once I get it all disassembled, I'll come back and go over a few things. So give me just 1 minute. Okay guys, so I got all the way down and I ripped all this apart. Not even really the way I would want to. I wanted to leave all that on, but the two screws that hold the B block on give me some issues, so gonna have to get the old Dremel on. So I thought I'd give you guys a show. Just get you a Dremel, the nice little cutting edge, and slice it in half. Then once you cut it in half, here I'll show you. Then once you get that groove cut in it, then you can get your screwdriver in and get it out. When screws get ground off or rounded out, that's usually how I go about it. Then you just use this flathead and unscrew it. Sucks when you have to do that to a brand new chassis. So then comes out looking like that. Flathead now. So I did that to the other side too. Okay guys, so I finally got it ripped down to just the tub and got some of this stuff apart. The diffs are apart and off of it. So from here I'm gonna start with new parts and I'm going to build my front diff, my rear diff in the next video, and then probably assemble the tub in the third video. In the third video, put everything on, the front end on, everything in the center, and then finish it up. So be looking for a little more of this. It's coming together. I'll let you get a sneak peek of what body I was talking about. So this is the body that we're going to use for this build. Everybody's seen it. The Outcast EXB body. I think this thing is killer looking. ARRMA always does fantastic with bodies, in my opinion. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not. I appreciate it. I'm Mike, and we're RC4Us, and we're out.